Okay, now the story in Mortal Kombat 9 starts off with Shao Kahn, who is the big bad guy in Mortal Kombat history. He's really like the main guy that everybody doesn't want to screw with. He's the badass. He's there. He's actually killing everybody. He's killed every Mortal Kombat character in existence besides Raiden, who was about to get killed. But before Raiden actually gets killed, he actually sends a message to his former self, like the past self, before all this stuff happened. He pretty much tells him to change everything. Everything I did do differently so this doesn't happen. And that's really cool. I really like that. Of course, after that, Raiden in the past is like, oh, I have to do everything different. So characters that died by my hands or someone else's hands, I have to make sure that doesn't happen. And stuff like that is really cool. I thought that was really, really cool. Of course, it's awesome to see all these characters again with fully voiced over characters, and I really enjoyed the story. I thought the story was very cool. Not really many twists or anything, but it was cool to see little origins for each character, like, I don't know, example, maybe Jax, how he got his arms and stuff. Really, really cool. I really liked it. The story, not fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I thought it was really good. Really cool little origin story. So yeah, let's go on to the sound. Alright, now the sound in Mortal Kombat 9 is really good. I really did think so. The soundtrack has always been great in Mortal Kombat games, and in this it's no exception. It really gets you in the mood to kill people, even though I'm usually in that mood anyway. The soundtrack is great. Now the sound effects and the voiceovers are really good too. Voiceovers are a little bit less than the sound effects, mostly because it's kind of cheesy sometimes, but a lot of it's actually really good. And, you know, it's just surprising to have voiceovers, full-fledged voiceovers in this game. So overall, I thought the voiceovers were pretty good, and the sound effects themselves are great. Some of the moves, all that, they're really good. Overall, the sound is really good. I'm just going to leave it at that, and let's go on to the graphics. Okay, now the graphics in the game are fantastic. I'm going to say they really are. Some of the things you can do in this game, some of the fatalities, some of the finishers, some of the moves you can do look really great. The animation's really good with them, but the thing that stands apart in this game for graphics is the environments. The environments are fantastically well detailed, really cool, and there is so much going on in the environments that it kind of distracts you sometimes when you're murdering other people. You're like, ooh, there are people getting murdered in the background, I want to watch that. But then you get your ass kicked, and then you're like, oh, screw you environments, you're so good that you distracted me. The character models themselves are really nice also, very well detailed, and of course you got blood and gore, so that's also awesome. Graphics are fantastic. They're not Marvel vs. Capcom 3 great, but they're really good. Let's go on to the graphics. I mean the gameplay, not the graphics. I just did the graphics. The gameplay. Okay, now the gameplay for Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat has been one of those series that has been praised not for the gameplay. The gameplay's always been good, but because of, you know, the fatalities, the different combos, the different crazy characters, all the funny stuff that goes around them, and, you know, there is a lot of comedy in those Mortal Kombat games. This game, the developers decided they'd take all that stuff, double it, and then give it great gameplay, because this gameplay is a hell of a good time. It really is very fluid, very fast, a bunch of different combos. It's a standard fighter, definitely, in a way, but they definitely added a whole bunch to make it completely different. Of course, you get the fatalities, which are brutal finishers. Right after you're done beating the shit out of your opponent, you could go and chop their head off, cut their arms off, freaking slice them in half, do some other weird shit, freeze them, cut their freaking balls off, shove them up their nose, you know, weird shit like that. And it's always been great to see those, because fatalities are great. I love fatalities. Hell yeah. But in this game, they decided to add something else that's just as cool as fatalities, which are X-ray finishers, where you can actually go up to someone, punch them in the skull, and then it goes into X-ray vision of you punching them in the skull, and it shows their brain, their jaw, their muscles, and they show everything in their head getting destroyed, pretty much, like their skull, their brain, everything. And of course that works for every other body part in the body, and it's awesome. It really is. The only problem I have with X-ray finishers is that every character only has one, which is, you know, kind of lame. I wish they had two each, maybe, but still, it was a cool thing to add, and it was badass in this game, really was. You also, of course, got the multiplayer in the game, which is a hell of a good time if you are good, unlike me. I'm terrible. I played one game, I was like, let's see if I'm good. I didn't win one round, I didn't get the other guy's health even close to halfway. I'm like, alright, I suck at this. But it's multiplayer. It's a lot of fun, it really is. It'll definitely keep you playing this game much more after you're done with everything else in the game. Really is a lot of fun. Of course, you got the story mode, which is they give you a specific character for each chapter, and you have to go and beat all the enemies with that specific character. I talked about the story mode before. I'm not going to talk much about it. You know, story mode is definitely fun. It gives you about 6-7 hours of gameplay, really fun. But I'm going to say right here, there's one mode in here that really stands out, and it's called Challenge Tower, where it actually picks a specific character for you to play as. There's 30 characters, so that means you'll get to play about 300 challenges, 10 for each character, and it's pretty much like this. You go in there, and they'll have challenges like you have to block a bunch of attacks or kill this enemy in under 30 seconds, and that's really cool. I really like stuff like that, and that really adds a bunch of replay value. I'm going to say it right here because I'm getting a little too long into this review. I love the hell out of this game. I think this game's great. I really love Mortal Kombat. It's a great game. The fighting is very fluid, very fast. The fatalities are great, and the X-ray mode thingy is awesome. I really do think so. So anyway, this game is great. I really do think so. I think you should go and pick it up. At least rent it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Check the written review for the score. Thank you and goodbye. Go check this game out because it's awesome.
Baraka wins. Fatality.